I'm going to start off with a few anonymous questions, and then we'll just get into having some crack. So I thought this is a good question I got sent in, and I'd like to hear people's opinion in the chat about this one as well. So, who's your one to watch on the UK indie scene? Who can you see making it to the big leagues other than Brett? That's literally the question. And my honest answer for that is Kobe Nitro and Jack Landers. They're my two. 100%. 100%. I think I say it all the time. Kobe Nitro is like a prime test. You look at him, man. He's amazing. Just unfortunate that he's stuck in a bad gym, bad gym. And Jack Landers as well. Obviously, he's been on Rise a few times. He's looking jacked at the minute. They've both actually been to Japan as well. So that is my pick for that question. Who are your ones to watch in the UK indie scene who you can see making it to the big leagues other than Brett? Because obviously everyone knows I'm going to pick Brett. But for me, it's Kobe Nitro and Jack Landers. I'd love to hear people's thoughts about that one. I'll keep an eye on the chat as well. We need more hot props. Right. So I really, really appreciate the reaction to this episode I did with Hot Pop. I didn't expect it to get such a good response. So we've been talking behind the scenes and stuff. And I think we're going to try and get like once a month, me and Hot Pop shooting the shit in that. Do you know what I mean? I think that people would like it. I've seen a load of people say it was their favorite episode ever. And amazing. Tomorrow we have Carl Barmer and Mr. Croc on the interview. I'm really excited for that. What a life. Who we got here? Great, mate. Got a tag title match on the show. What show? What show? Archie Cole. I have not heard of Archie Cole. Is he, where's he from? Archie Cole. Any more interesting gossip? Not yet, you know what I mean? I've been dealing with a lot these, honestly, right? It's like, I know in this situation, exposing the Knights and stuff, I'm like the hero. But honestly, it's wears down the old think tank. It was a lot of process. I was getting sent a lot of crazy stuff. But as you know, I'm always one to get the gossip. Hot Prop is a god. He is a god. Is he? I wonder if he's in the... He should be in the live. Yes. I actually messaged someone about this. Did you see the match of the year? Scottish Wrestling Network's match of the year. It was that lass who was giving me shite in my inbox from Scotland. Bloody hell. Who is behind the Scottish Wrestling Network? And like, what do they see? What the hell? Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Fucking match of the year, my arse. Match of the year, my arse. Is that you on me live, Al?
No, I can't.
The Scottish Wrestling Network, man. What a farce. You know what, as well? Actually, back to the Scottish Wrestling Network. Do you remember when over, like, I think it was the back end of the year, people were sending in, like, oh, who your top 5 workers are, and everyone was just going, like, John Cena, Edge, yada, yada, yada. I actually sent Scottish Wrestling Network my top 5 wrestlers, and it was, like, Brett, Rampage Brown, Tim Strange, Big Joe, Caden, Dargo, and they didn't even include it. I was like, support the boys, get some real shit on there, and they didn't even include it, but it's easy to see why when they are voting that piece of trash. Top match. I'm loving this live already. Whoa. Croc is a racist. Wow. Well, Carl, keep it PG tomorrow. I don't want no racist behavior from Croc. I've been on a show with that lass. She's terrible, mate. She's absolutely terrible. Luke King Sharp told her how to blade in his back garden. That's not safe. Dojo. I sent them, yeah, you sent the top 5 too. It irks me how the Knight family act. Reckon you could make a dark... Honestly, I could make a dark side of the ring about them, but that last video I put out, that was my big hit piece, do you know what I mean, on the Knight family, particularly Roy Beavis, do you know what I mean? He's the rat, do you know what I mean? To be honest, like Ricky Knight Jr. and Zach, I've had no issue with. Obviously, Like you can see Zach desperately tries to segregate himself from the family, doing his own thing and stuff. But hopefully that's the end of it until Roy decides to fight us in March. Now, the only reason the fight won't happen earlier is because apparently Roy Knight needs till March. I am, honestly, people keep asking us if the fight's going to happen. It would happen if it was up to me, but I'm not holding my breath. He's even said like he'd come up to Newcastle because he doesn't want to get knocked out in front of his pals in Norwich. But I'm not holding my breath. I know she is. Class. Right, on to the next anonymous question. Who would you rather team with in a main event, Carl Barmer or Adam Bowler? Wow, what a question. It's going to take some thinking. You know what would be interesting? Me and Bowler versus Barmer and Lee. That would be a good one because I know Lee's got some feud with Bowler and they need to have their boxing match too. There's a lot of controversy with them. There are a few people who've had a bit issues, but that's impartial. Yes, Max, I'm good, mate. You're the man, I appreciate you messaging us and stuff. I've been off the last couple of weeks. Here he is. There he is. Hop Bob in the charts. Yeah. My man, brother from another mother. What is the overall thoughts on New Jack? Especially if his epic rant on Benoit. I've not actually seen the epic rant on Benoit, but I would love to see that. But I think New Jack's great, to be honest. Like he was great. Rest his soul. Oh, are you excited for the OG match? Well, do you know what? I'm excited for the whole experience. I'm just really excited to just see how it all works. CCW, how it all works. Barras has been cool. They're paying us a very good wage to show up. They've given us 2 dates and a seminar to coach before the February show next month. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how it all works. You know what I mean? Come to clean it up, starting with the OG. Oh my God, you should. What? What's this? I'm better in the ring. I know, but you've got a bit of experience, Barmer. So I'd need to have Bowler's back to keep him sweet, and then you can team with Lee Patrick Jones, and then he can get his hands on Bowler, and I'll just stick about. You know what I mean? Do my thing, make sure he's all right. Evening, Lou. Something wrestling. How's it going? All the best. Oh my God, you should do a reaction video. What, to New Jack talking about Chris Benoit? It'd just be me watching it. I wouldn't even know what to say. I wouldn't even know what to comment on that. Comment on it off camera. Question 3 was, which wrestler that you have wrestled deserved to be in AEW or WWE? Pray. It's the same as Kobe Nairo and Jack Landers again. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, right now, I can't see anybody in the UK Indies better than those two, other than Brett as well. Yeah. Kobe Nitro needs to go to a different gym, though. Catching up in the chat. What's this one? Alan Bowler has been in matches. I wouldn't say he's wrestled exactly. Yeah, that's like when Roy Knight says he's a boxer, but I wouldn't actually say he tries his best, bless him. Do you know what I mean? But that's what I mean. If I tag with Bowler, then I'm sure I could get the best match he's ever had out of him. I know. Well, so North haven't given us any dates for the year, but I know they're very I can see why, because even though I'm popular as fuck when I get there and the brewery goes wild, I can understand they're in with the BBC now, and Big Lou Nixon's probably not very BBC. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not scared to see how it is. But honestly, I love North, and it's it's my home show, really. Do you know what I mean? My home at home. I see Rise as my home show, but North is my second home. But I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. Maybe they need to give it a couple of months till Big Lou Nixon stop chatting so much shit about people. But I get it. I'll be back. But yeah, me and Scotty, sorry to answer your question. Me and Scotty, we've had 2 good matches. The first time we've worked with each other. Yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever happens in the future. I know I'm an internet sensation. Adam Bowler's half brother. He is not complimentary about Bowler. What? I know. Oh, you know Adam Bowler's half brother, and he is not complimentary about Bowler. Interesting. Who? I didn't even know he had a brother. Didn't even know he had a brother. I'm going through the chat. Watch this. I don't need a team with Carl, but me in the ring with him and Bowler, and it would be the definite. Love you, Lee. That's class. That's fucking class. We had Wolfgang seminar. Yeah, was the Wolfgang seminar good? I didn't realize that wasn't before the show. I was trying to get the match with Wolfgang, but I didn't realize he wasn't on the show. Mate, that Tourette's movie, man. Right. So this Tourette's film, it's the Scottish Tourette's film. Now, it made me cry. It made me cry, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. What a great story. But I remember that because there was documentaries on BBC Three, like when I was young, about this same Scottish guy, and like on it, like everything in the film is true. Like where he like hits the people in the shop, and oh, it's amazing. There's also a great Tourette's program on BBC 3 years ago, hosted by Reggie Yates, and one of the iconic moments is, bless him, one of the people with Tourette's going, "Reggie's got a wedgie." Oh, Ace Shield, big up Ace Shield. Nah, you gave us a good go, didn't you, on Full Tilt? You fought us all the way to Anarchy Brewery. I don't know, I'd have to take you a bit more serious this time, Ace. Big up Ace Shield, one of Full Tilt Wrestling's best. We need to get him on a Rise. Oh, yes, we're going to get Ace on a Rise show. He's going to come to Bishop Auckland, show his face. Ace Shield is like a mini version of me. I'm like Samoa Joe. He's like Homicide, low-key, do you know what I mean? And I think we'd fit great in Rise. He's just game as fuck. Game as fuck he is. Big up Ace Shield. Ratman. John's Not Mad was the program. Yes, yes, yes. Honestly, it was amazing. But the film, like, honestly, it moved me, like, what moved us. I swear, class film, Spunk for Milk. Was that on Rare Orange and Black YouTube? Luke called me Loki. I'm retiring. Yes. Mate, deserved it, man. You're good, man. You're good. I'm a fan. Big fan of Ace Shield. Evening, Lou. Who are you pissing off in BritRest this week? Well, I don't know. No one. I never directly piss anyone off, really. People just come for us, do you know what I mean? And I'm not one to sit there and let people come for us without me saying my piece, especially when I've got a little platform these days. So it was like Paris the other day. I woke up and he was crying in my inbox going, don't mention me, don't mention CXW, don't mention CPW. And I'm like, well, stop harassing us, stop getting your little rats in my inbox to harass us, because there have been Sam Wakefield and some other CXW rats. I bet nobody on my side has been in the inboxes of the Knight family or CXW harassing them. Do you know what I mean? But I get it. I get harassed. So I'm allowed to defend myself. And anyway, Paris comes in crying about this, right? And then the first thing I see on Facebook's a status mentioning my name. What is wrong with that fucking idiot? So I reshared the videos and it got an extra 100 views. So I actually sent them a voice note thanking them for that this morning. Couldn't help myself. It's only Monday, give it time. Yes. Would you? Yes, I would love to wrestle there in Australia. I'd love to wrestle in Australia. My boy, Joel Bateman, just obviously getting the timing right. And obviously, if I'm going all the way to Australia, I'd want like a couple of weeks of shows, do you know what I mean? Or like a couple of weekends of shows. Like, but I see you have them good runs in Australia where, like, especially when ICW and that have been going over. So there's time. Yeah, so that was very confused. Yeah, I was too. When Roy Knight says he's a boxer, does he mean he works at the Amazon warehouse? I don't know, but I'm going to turn up. If he takes the fight, I'm 100% walking out in a woman's wig in lipstick. Probably actually would get knocked out. He'd probably go for us then. Alton Thorne went to DMU. Deathmatch Down Under. I can't wait to see that once it goes up. Yeah, they look like good shows. Jack and Iceman were there too. double-edged sword, I guess, being completely honest in wrestling. Mate, it is right, 100%, but I think that's why I've managed to grow this channel to what it is today, because there's a lot of people in BritWrest who lick a bit of booty and like say, yes, man, yes, please, yes, sir, 3 bags full, sir. And I'm not about that, do you know what I mean? When's your chat with the potato, Carl Barmer? Well, I'm interviewing Mr. Croc tomorrow. Carl Barmer's going to be there. There's been a lot of questions sent in for that. I'm going to go through them at some point after this live, but I'm really looking forward to me and Carl interview tomorrow, and they'll be posted up on the night. You ever thought about cross? Exactly, mate. That's what I said. If I dress up as a woman, if I be Louise Nixon, Roy might turn up for the fight. I think that's the only way. I'll wear pink gloves. I'll wear one of them, do you know them nice boxing skirts, like frilly gladiator ones? I'll wear a nice pink wig and that. Put some lippy on. Try bite me lip. Nah, see it, that's one thing. Me and Rise are like that. No matter whatever happens to me in wrestling, no matter if I become the shit on everyone's shoe in wrestling for speaking so much shit, I firmly believe my place in Rise will always be there. Big up Danny O'Doherty. Rise and Full Tilt gave me a home when I first started wrestling, and I got blackballed for wanting to do what I wanted to do in wrestling and death matches and stuff. So Full Tilt and Rise, I'll always have a place there, and I know that for a fact. Oosh, pizzazu! Missing the reels. Not much going on. Are you there? Who's it there? Massive pop for Louise Nixon. I'll do it. If he grows a pair of balls and takes the fight, I'll be Louise Nixon. What's this? You're genuine. Your genius is always finding ways to make money from absolute clowns. Can't wait to be on the seminar and be on a show with you. Yes, brother. Well, obviously, taking away wrestling and stuff, I've been looking at like people who like do YouTube well and stuff, and it's like you gotta have your people to make content with and content about and stuff. I was listening to a guy as well, and he said like, especially on the internet, how do you get big on the internet? You go up to the biggest dog in the yard and punch them in the face. And I feel like that's what I did to the Knight family. Do you know what I mean? Well, they're not the biggest dog in the yard. They're just a bunch of little puppies. But like in perspective of people before I come along, I feel like people did think they were notorious and that, but they're just shite. The wet horses, proper wet horses. Hear all the shit about apparently they were going to go and do Alberto Del Rio. And then eventually, because I got told by a source who was meant to be in on the job, Roy Knight and somebody who I'm not going to mention, were planning to go kidnap Alberto Del Rio and do him in. And then just before the plan happened, Roy Knight called it and then went and took bookings with him in Mexico. After what he did to your sister. But again, woman beaters, all cut with the same cloth. How about Louise Nixon versus Barmer, sister? Hey, don't you start saying Darwin, sister. We all know about your sister. And she's going to be a Rise debut, live. She could be in your corner, you and Lee with Barmer's sister versus me and Paula with Darwin's sister in the corner. Good that. I'm loving this chat, I'm loving this live, by the way. Everyone's being active in the chat. What do I think of Luke King Shaw? I think he's a corny piece of shit. In a nutshell. This next question, it's not wrestling related, but someone left it in one of my comments on my YouTube video, and I'm just going to go over it. So, what are your thoughts on the USA's lead resurgence of bare knuckle boxing? Would you do it if they asked you? Is it any more or less dignified than YouTube boxing? And why is it bare knuckle boxing and not bare knuckle MMA? So I think the resurgence of bare knuckle boxing in America has been amazing. Like McGregor, it's all to do with McGregor, obviously. He's acting like the Vinnie Mac, the promoter. He gets more hype than the fighters and that, do you know what I mean? I think it's amazing what they're doing. I think it's amazing. I've actually just seen, I was talking to Al, they've announced a show in Newcastle on the weekend before I go to America at the end of March. I think me and Al are going to go and vlog the bare knuckle boxing show in Newcastle. As for it being more or less dignified than YouTube boxing, I think they've both got the place because I can box and stuff, right? But I can see me making like a few quick bucks if I got a couple of influencer fights, do you know what I mean? And like raise my profile. So that's why I'm trying to like keep me fingers in and see what's going on. Obviously as well, with the bare knuckle, the great thing about the BKFC, the BKB and that, the BKFC is you get these like UFC veterans, amazing names and stuff, who are like, obviously, they're getting a bit too on. Like Jeremy Stevens, for example, he was getting on a bit before, like he was getting on a bit and like he couldn't really keep up in the MMA, but he's went to like, look at Mike Perry, he's went to the bare knuckle boxing. Like he's on a tear, do you know what I mean? And like, I just think it's a great like dynamic. What's in the chat here? Do you think Danny Douglas looks good in his Reddit mod fedora? I don't know what do you mean by that? I've not seen. Is this something I'm missing? He's my mod. Big up Danny Douglas, me mod. I've got me 2 mods, Danny Douglas and Big Al. But Al's playing on. What are you playing? Al's playing on The Witcher right now. Can you tell us more about this fedora? Because I was laughing. I need to know more about this. There's 19 people in here, like, big up with the likes, people. If you're going to Valor on Sunday, I'm going just, I'm just going to fucking make Luke King Sharp shit himself and record it. You that Roy Bevis YouTube boxing. If you win, you get a night with his sister, and you can have a new day. Mate. I don't want a night with his sister. Trust us, I don't want a night with his sister. I'll probably get my name slandered even more than it already has been. So I'll avoid that like the plague. But Roy Bevis won't fucking boxes, I don't think. So, but it'll be good when it comes to March. And I can, the 1st of March, when the fight isn't happening, I can do another video on him and be like, hey, you're a pussy. How was your time with Fallen Star? You know what? Fallen Star, big up Fallen Star. They treat me great. I think I've only worked for them once. But I had a great time there. It was the big mad tag match. It was me and Brett, Pitbulls, and a couple of other lads. I really enjoyed that, though. Someone actually messaged me the other day saying, oh, Lou, I know you're into all this. Like, well, I'm not really, like, I'm not no, like, I call myself Louis Theroux as a joke. Do you know what I mean? Because it's, like, funny. But, like, he was like, oh, you're like, obviously you know a lot about who's good and who's bad in wrestling. And I went, we've been, apparently Fallen Star, I've asked someone to like go and Valley there. And I literally said, Fallen Star, great promotion. I've got not a bad word to say out about them. They looked after me. Like Brett and Joe work for them. That's their home promotion. Fallen Star. Big up Fallen Star. What to say about that? Do you know Roughneck? Yeah, I do know Roughneck. I do know Roughneck. He talks to me. I predict that they will have an injury in time. Yeah. Either that or he'll be in jail where he belongs. I've even like said, I know he's on tag and that, and he's got to be on his dad's scabies ridden settee by 9 o'clock every night. So me and him could open the show. We're gonna have a night. We'll get the Fed down the road. Lovely venue, the Fed. Be class if we're gonna have a wrestling show in the Fed. By the way, if you've ever seen my boxing clips on YouTube, my 2 fights on YouTube, that venue is called the Fed. It's amazing draw, and it's very local. Me and Roy, and then we could get like Lee versus Fowler. Brett would have a fight on there. I could make like a 6 or 7, like a brawl for all without the tournament, like some kind of Brit Rest influencer boxing thing. Me and Roy will open the show because obviously he's got to be on the settee for 7 or 8. Aye, what's this like? What's this about Vines Bar? I heard it's shut. Who took Vines? Who's took Vines? I want it back. I want it back now. So what? I just seen one of the boys in the outlaw chat said Vines is no longer. So what was the deal with that? Didn't Kumite have shows announced at Vines? Am I going to have to sell another tag belt? What's going on? Because I've no shows left. I know. I heard it was getting like, has it not been like took over new management or something? I was really looking forward to being back in Vines Bar in the summer because the outside venue in that beer garden's unreal. And then you can get a drone up there, man. Get a drone up there and get some great footage. Big up everyone in the live. 22 people here. Still. Half an hour in as well. Madness. Something to do with the lease. It's been terminated. So does that mean the bar's like no longer a bar? Al, you know about bars.
Yeah.
If a lease gets terminated on a bar, does that mean it's no longer a place? So basically, one of the venues, that, you know, the outside venue.
Yeah.
You've been. You know the outside venue that Kumite in Derby. Like, so they took a bit of time off last year.
Yeah.
And then they announced some shows.
Yeah.
Like, and they had like 1 or 2 again there this year, but apparently they've just announced that they've shut. So what does that mean if it's to do with the lease? Is that to do with the bar?
If the lease is run out.
So it's nothing to do with the show. It'll be nothing to do with Kumite.
No.
Right.
If the lease is run out, they're just waiting for you.
Yeah. Waiting for a new owner to take on. Al's own bars and that himself. He's very skilled in the bar world, so maybe Vines will get took over by a new owner and Kumite will still happen there. You've heard it first here. No more hairy dog, they said. Our next show will be a Vine. Well, that's what I mean. So if it's something to do with Elisa, and they might be getting a new owner, do you know what I mean? I would love it to stand the test of time. Not just obviously for Kumite, but that venue was great, man, in the summer. Smoking the doobies outside, having to avoid the security and that. Lee knows, Pazazu knows. I was looking forward. Look, I don't think we should be saying that Kumite is not going to happen. Like, I think we should take a step back. Just because the venue is shut down, I haven't been told it's not happening. Do you know what I mean? And Malachi is a good booker, and he's not going to leave her in the lurch. Do you know what I mean? So I would like hold the horses on that one.
If no one takes the lease straight away as well, somebody's going to put management company in, so it's still open.
Oh, like almost like a stepping in for temporary.
Someone would just step it away. Yeah,
right.
And they would probably do it.
Fair enough. So there's hope yet for Vines. We're hearing it first. I don't like all this Kumite maybe not happening chat. Let's stay positive, people. Unless we're taking it on the night. I heard about the notion. What? What? I heard about the notion. What? Who's getting noshed? Who's getting what? A lease, I think, is when the building can be owned by someone for a certain amount of years or something like that.
Depends on the building. Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, I missed the comment. I heard a rumor of 2 guys that was caught in Vine's toilet. One was rolling a joint while the other was noshing them off. What the fuck? Was that in a show? Like, was that in a Kumite show? Or was that just like was
Darwin on it?
Was Darwin not there? Darwin blackballed. That's a whole nother story. But Darwin blackballed himself from Kumite on a night out once. I heard about the what? So is that real? Did that really happen? Mad. What we got? Yes, Al, this is where I need you.
Yeah.
So with what's that? Can a guy have hobbies? yes, it likes people. Listen, I say this every time I come live, but this is my favourite live I've done so far. You guys are the best. This is class, this. Once I get me screen sorted and that, it'll all be good. What's this? Hot pops in, kicking off. Thumbnail for next show. Chat Shit Get Baked, Big Lou Nixon, Hot Pop Nicks, NWA ripoff. Big up Hot Pop. Everyone's looking for I have you back, mate. Don't you worry. I get noshed off once and they never stop. What's all this like? Loads of people are getting wrestling shows and I'm just completely unaware of it. I'm in the wrong place. Class. Right, so I've wrote this down. I only had a few anonymous questions answered there, but I've wrote a few points that I want to talk about. Mount Rushmore of wrestling. Now, me and Alan were having an interesting conversation the other day. Obviously, Al's era of wrestling was like, step in if I'm wrong, but it was WCW on it back in the day.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, Sting. You weren't really a WWE, WWF guy.
No.
All WCW.
No.
And we were talking about the question of like, who is the best wrestler in the world? And now it's a very open question, especially from a wrestler, because I would say it's Samoa Joe, but then obviously like stripping it back, like if we're talking about the best wrestler for what they've done for the business, you can't start talking about the history of wrestling without Hulk Hogan. And then we're going over this timeline. So we started like Al made his era of Mount Rushmore, and then I continued it on. So we've got 4 and 4. So Al's Mount Rushmore of wrestling was go. You go. I can hear you. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Sting. That's great. Can't argue with that. And then I was like, mint, that's from your era. and I'll continue it on. And I was like, what did you say? I keep forgetting. Ric Flair. You didn't say Stone Cold, did you?
No, you said Stone Cold.
Yes, that was my starting point. So I said Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker, and John Cena. So the 8 on the Mount Rushmore in Casa del Nixon is Ric Flair, Sting, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, Rock, Stone Cold.
Who's the other one?
John Cena. Yeah! That was wild.
Mount Rushmore.
Tag teams, that one we're getting on to. Right. Good, I've missed the chat about the Vines, but hello, friends. Peter Hammond. I'll finish this little bit and then I'll talk about Vines again. So, Mount Rushmore's, right, this is what I wanted to bring to the chat. The Mount Rushmore tag teams. So, I feel like you can't not have the Dudleys and the Hardys on there.
And I agree.
And I'll agree, but then Al from WCW and that, the Steiners and LOD. So what do you reckon of that? Mount Rushmore tag teams, Legion of Doom, Steiners, Dudleys and the Hardys.
Well, the Road Warriors in WCW. The Legion of Doom.
What were
the Road Warriors? Well, the Legion of Doom, I like them.
Were they the Legion of Doom in... Well, they're not...
WWF.
Oh, were they? I didn't know that. I just thought they had like 2 names. Like, what? Crazy. Every day's a learning day.
Yeah.
Basically, Peter Hammond, what was saying, Peter Hammond, I will call you by your full name. I will call you by your full name for being late to the live. But basically what I was saying, obviously, so Vines has like lost its lease or something. And obviously it's like Kumite that is not from Kumite itself, but people are going to be speculating what's happening with Kumite. And we're talking like Al's like own bars before and that. What were you saying? So like it's nothing to do with Kumite, obviously.
The brewery will own the bar.
Yeah.
And if the person driving with the lease,
yeah.
You take the lease off the brewery.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted one off Cameron's, I would take a 3-year lease.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's mine for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I pay the brewery.
Yeah.
And when that runs out, if I don't renew it, someone else can. So if
but then what were you saying if no one takes it over?
If no one takes it over,
you can have like a temporary
pub management, temporary person in.
So for example, if there was a wrestling event where they know they're going to sell money at the bar, they would there we go. So hopefully it's still all good. I've never... Hey, Dougie Douglas! Big up Dougie Douglas! I've never felt safe in Heinz Gents toilets. Neither have I, mate. Neither have I. Sounds like you're getting a bollocking. I know. Anyway, being late. I'm only joking, Pete. I love you. BTT presents the fight. BTT and Peter Hammond presents the Fight Club. 2036. No love for the Basham Bros. Did I miss something? I like the Basham Bros, like. Basham Bros are all right. JBL's buddies. Oh, right, yeah, the Basham Bros. Yeah, nah. I completely had a brain fall there. Nah, I don't think the Basham Bros would be in Mount Rushmore of tag names. Legion of Doom was a group of the Road Warriors and a couple of other guys. This chat's going wicked wild. Motor City Machine Guns. Motor City Machine Guns are pretty good. I completely forgot that I asked everyone to put in the chat.
The Rock and Roll Express.
Well, what did Marty Jannetty ever do? Other than getting super kicked. What do you think about William Regal? I know Marty Jones always mentions William Regal, but William Regal never mentions Marty Jones. Hey! Who do you want to wrestle in 2026? I don't give a fuck who I wrestle in 2026. I'm chasing money this year. Like, serious. I've said it before. When I was training MMA when I was younger, my MMA coach, Richie Knox, one of the most respected men in Newcastle, said, and I never thought anything of it at the time, because I was a young pup. He said, make contacts in your 20s and money in your 30s. And now I've turned 30, I'm getting it, you know what I mean? Hence why I'm waiting for CCW. I'm not being funny, right? But like, they're paying us more than CCW are paying me more than BZW in France did. Like that, and I did a death match there. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm chasing the bag. Not the gimmick bag, as Roy Knight in Paris say. New tag teams motorcycle machine guns look like two guys from a Harley car wash. What we got here? Moi Janetti from the Rockers and Ricky Morton was from the Rock All Express. Toured Japan as a team. They were called the Rock and Rockers. What? So they mixed up Moi Janetti from the Rockers and Ricky Morton from the Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express, and they called them what? The Rock and Rockers. The Rock and Rockers. What a life. Pringles is my Kumite hero. Who's Pringles? Oh, Pringles. Pringles. Sorry, I'm a bit slow sometimes. You seen him get 2 plasters from, oh, right. So is he one of them? Is this a true story, by the way? Was there a fan at one of the Rise shows who was banging on the ring and he got cut by a bit of glass and had to get his finger amputated? Is that real? Because that's fucking mental. And that's like shit you can't write. Like the amount of shit we do. Bomber's bag. Make sure you've got a bag tomorrow. Yes, it is true. I thought it was. That's crazy, that though, right? You can't, that's crazy. Considering, like, what we do and all that. And, like, did they just have a dirty finger? Do you know what I mean? Did they just have a dirty finger and it got cut and the dirt got in the finger? Dirty fingers at wrestling shows. I'll fill you in later. Thank you. He was dressed as Joe for the art. Oh, no way! Him! The guy who Joe slammed! The little guy. Not the real little Joe, because that's Stanley. Like the real little Joe who's an adult. Am I making sense? Hit the likes, people. There's still 19 strong in this, like. The little lad with a funny strut. Nice guy. It's true, I've spoken to the fella. That's mental. I don't know where that come from. That's my tism brain going mental. He scratched his bum. He cut his finger out and like you scratched his bum. Oh! Dirty, man. Nick Cage versus Lou Nixon needs to happen. Not your son. Nick Cage versus Lou Nixon needs to happen. Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. It was meant to be me and Nick Cage for Ruthless at the last Mania week in the dive bar. But shit happened. True story. Wait, not my son. No, we're not talking about your son. We're talking about the adult who dresses as Little Joe. A big... sorry. We're talking about that little adult who dresses as Big Joe.